Unless you're a nudist, chances are you wear clothing every day. Last year alone, we purchased over 1 billion items of clothing. That's 43 items of clothing each. I've been a model for the last 10 years, and it wasn't long before I learned that fashion is wearing out the world. However, the news isn't all bad. Fashion is being hailed as the new sustainability frontier, and we're about to meet some individuals that are leading the way towards a more sustainable fashion future. Alex Trimmer is a Melbourne-based fashion designer, but what makes Alex different is that his label Sasumi is committed to using only the highest quality, natural and high-tech fabrics that not only reduce pesticides but also water usage. Is the idea of sustainable fashion an oxymoron?
Currently, I'd have to say yes. I think anyone, when they look at the industry as a whole, and with all the fast fashion shops that are popping up left, right and centre around Australia and online, you'd have to stop and think about how much the world can actually produce and then how much strain you're putting on the planet. Basically, landfill is a huge issue, your dyeing processes are huge issues, and your water consumption in your fabrics are huge issues. The current norm is to go down and buy a tailored jacket for $50, which, you know, if anyone knows, the cost price of making a jacket alone in Australia is far beyond $50. So I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it.
What can consumers do to buy more sustainably?
I think the best thing to do is just ask questions and don't get sucked in by hype. The more educated you are, the better purchasing decisions you're going to make. So know your fabrics, know obviously darker colours are going to be considered better throughout life cycles, and think about longevity in terms of design aesthetic. When you buy something, classic is called classic for a reason, so that's why it lasts for so long.
Now to the glamour of the red carpet. Georgia McCorkle's PhD research, the Red Carpet Project, makes sustainable fashion gowns for the red carpet, raising awareness of environmental problems faced by the fashion industry. Who has worn your dresses?
So I dressed a lot of the bloggers and fashion people who occupy the important seats or the front row of the fashion parade. They gave them back to me. This was during the fashion festival. I changed the dresses around, and then I got other people to wear the same things again. This dress here was one of the dresses. It was worn twice within the fashion week. It was not this colour at all, it was just a natural eucalyptus dyed colour. It's quite interesting because then the different people wearing the different pieces started spotting them amongst each other, so they'd be saying, oh, that's one of George's pieces. It became a really fun kind of thing, so that, you know, spotting who had worn the different pieces. It wasn't a faux pas in any way, you know, as you might imagine, oh no, they wore the same dress twice, or two people wore the dress. The thing I think about with special occasion wear, it's based on the idea that you only wear something once. If you can create ways to have something reused in other ways, potentially by other people, then that's an exciting idea.
What is your vision of a sustainable fashion future?
What I'm passionate about is people understanding the mechanisms of fashion and understanding how it works and the associations that come to make up fashion. And so instead of being led by it and feeling that they have to consume all of these things and they have to go out and buy the latest, being able to turn that on its head and say, well, no, I don't actually agree with that, but I know that I can still be fashionable if I do it in that way. So there's that opportunity for individuals to kind of, in a small way, subvert.
We as consumers can do our bit too. Talia Jack has recently completed her research on the use phase of the life cycle of our clothing for her master's project, Nobody Was Dirty.
That the use phase actually has the highest environmental impact. It uses a lot of water, it uses a lot of energy.
What did your research involve?
The current standards that we wash to, you know, they're kind of way up here, and then what you need for health and sanitation is quite low. So there's like this huge area that is a potential to save water and energy and to save chemicals. I wanted to find out more about the social and the cultural motivators for washing. So to look at why people wash so much, I got 30 people together and we all wore the same pair of jeans at least 5 days a week for 3 months without washing them.
What were your findings?
I kind of went into the experiment kind of expecting that there would be some kind of I don't know, socially challenging smell or some kind of visible stains, and that people would actually find it a hard experience. But that actually didn't happen, so I think a lot of the participants found it really, really easy. And I guess maybe that in itself is interesting. So I guess my main finding was that we're washing not because of hygiene or because of social constructs around cleanliness. We're washing because we think we need to.
So what can you do? You can buy less clothing, but if you are going to buy clothing, buy better quality. Then when you take it home, wash it on cold rather than warm, and use eco-friendly detergents. And rather than sticking it in the dryer, stick it on the line to dry. Once you're finished with the item, take it to the op shop or give it to a friend.